Hi, I'm Jenny from NollieBean, where modern quilting meets color, creativity, and joy. Welcome back to the studio. Every year, I like to pick a long-term Scrappy quilt project that I can work on month by month. It's my favorite kind of slow sewing, low pressure, and lots of creativity. And so this year, for 2025, I wanted to work on a maple star quilt. So I worked out the math to create a block that finishes at 15 inches, which is a block big enough to make a throw size quilt after 12 blocks are made. And this particular block pattern is free to download. You can find the link to the pattern down in the description if you'd like to sew one as well. So over the past few months, I've fallen behind on this project and it is time to catch up. I have 3 blocks to sew. So the first step is digging through my scrap bin to find the fabrics that I'd like to use for those 3 blocks. And that's what you've been watching me do. Once I found the right mix, I cut out all of the pieces needed for the first block. So for this first block, I went with kind of an orange, pinkish, reddish palette. So there's some favorite prints of mine in there. There's like a soft floral. With the pops of green, there's a soft floral with some moths, and then some of my favorite peach fabrics. And then I am at my sewing machine now sewing up that particular block. And so again, this is it's just a traditional maple star quilt block, but I am pulling it together in a very scrappy way. For the second block, this one's kind of an interesting mix. So the center block is going to be this bright teal with the chicken print on it. And then I am putting some browns and soft pinks around that. And then for the background fabric, I found an old... I've used this print years ago, and it has like women laying on the beach on this particular print, and it's kind of a busy background. So you'll see as this block comes together, it's definitely a busier mix of fabrics in this one. And for the third block, this one has, it's the fabrics are more like of a matching, less contrast, but they are very bright and bold colors. So again, a floral print in the middle and some corresponding colors with blue and pink. And then for the background fabric, most of the background is going to be this kind of yellowish print, but I didn't have enough for everything, so I also have some just kind of an off-white solid in there. And so here I am sewing up that third block to get myself caught up. Here is a recap of the first 7 blocks for this particular quilt. And as you can see, I don't have a specific plan in mind for the finished quilt, how that finished quilt's going to look. I am simply pulling fabrics and sewing in the moment each month. And so now that these first 7 blocks are sewn, I'm starting, this is the time of year, every year for this project, that I start to get nervous about how the project's going to look at the end of the year when all of the blocks are pulled together. But honestly, that's a problem for another day. So again, here's all the blocks, and if you're sewing along with me, I'd love to see your blocks. Send me an email or put a picture in the comments below. Thanks for joining me while I caught up on this month's blocks, and don't forget to grab your pattern following the link in the description if you'd like to. And until next time, happy sewing.